Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So on this video I'm going to be showing you how to make this eggplant bowl. There is no meat inside. This is only eggplant. It's good for everybody and especially for those that is watching their weight. So let's get to the preparation. So the first thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to add oil on a saucepan over the heat. Then add the garlic. Allow the garlic to roast for a couple of minutes. Then I'm going to add the tomato sauce into the oil, and I'm going to raise the bottle with a little bit of water. So then after adding the water, I'm going to add some salt, some basil leaf, stir them all up together, and cover them to, normally I allow them to cook for about 30 minutes or more. So while that is cooking, let's move over to the ingredient. That is salt, the eggplant. I don't know why the camera is checking. 2 eggs. I'm going to be using a pinch of nutmeg, some breadcrumbs, and cheese. So those are the ingredients I'm going to be using. So the first thing, wash the eggplant and peel them. Yes, if you want, you can leave the back on, but I always like to peel off the back. So peel the back of the eggplant, and while slicing them, make sure you place water over the heat and allow the water to be cooking, because the water has to be hot before adding the eggplant. So I'm slicing and cubing the eggplant. You can just make them in a bigger cube or smaller cube, depends your choice, it doesn't matter. So I'm done with the eggplant, and this is the water I asked you to place over the heat while you are cutting the eggplant. So I added salt, and now I'm adding the eggplant into the water. So after adding all the eggplant into the water, I'm going to stir them all up. I will keep stirring them every 3 minutes to make sure that none of them is floating on top of the water, to avoid them turning black, just like what I'm doing here. So continue to stir them until they all sink down and start cooking in the water. Okay, so here, as you can see, I've allowed them to cook and they are soft now. So I'm going to be using this spoon to take them out, and I'm adding them direct to the sieve, as you can see, because I need to press out the waters. So after adding them to the sieve, I'm going to start pressing the water now. So just go ahead, use anything you have to press out the water from the eggplant with on a tight sieve. So I'm using a spatula to continue to do it. So after doing this, I'm going to allow them to rest for a couple of hours if I'm busy. But if you're not busy, you want to do them right away, go ahead and start doing them. So this is me adding them into a bowl, adding some basil leaf, pinch of nutmeg, pinch of salt. I'm going to mix them all up together. So on another bowl, I'm going to break in the eggs. Then I'm going to add another pinch of salt into the egg. Then one small clove of garlic. Just mix them inside. I'm going to also be adding 1.5 tablespoon of parmesan. You can skip the step of the cheese if you're the type that don't like it, or you can use any cheese of your choice. So whisk the egg very well and add it to the eggplant. After adding them, just use the fork to mix them all up together. Make sure that they are well combined. So after mixing the egg together with the eggplant, go ahead and add the breadcrumbs. I used about 50 grams of breadcrumbs because I didn't want it to be very strong. So, but you can use any flour of your choice if that is what you prefer, but breadcrumbs works better. Okay, so I use about 50 to 60 grams of it, and to the consistency I want. You don't want that strong consistency, and you don't want it to be liquid. So here is me using my hand to roll them You can choose to bake this, you can choose to fry them. I'm using frying method, but I've done baking method before, which is perfect as well. So go ahead and roll them to the amount you want. This is what I have from them. So I've already placed oil over the heat and allowed the oil to heat. Now I'm adding the eggplant mixture into the oil, and I'm going to allow them to fry until they are golden brown. So that is what I'm going to be doing here. Just fry them or bake them. Either way you choose, baking or frying is perfect the same. So I return the heat over the sauce over to the heat because the sauce is well cooked already, but I return them to the heat because now I'm going to be adding the eggplant into the sauce. So if you are baking them, after baking them, add them back into that sauce we made earlier, the sauce I made earlier. So I'm going to add all the eggplants, the fried or baked one, into the sauce. So I'm frying the remaining ones now. So after frying them, I'm going to add them all up into that sauce again, and I'm going to allow them to cook for 15 minutes on a medium heat with the sauce. So this is me stirring them, and after 15 minutes, just take them out of the heat, and it's done. It's delicious. You can have them as second or with bread, anything of your choice. I hope you find this video helpful. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.